Welcome back to the episode of Unranked Podcast. What we got on the docket today? Going to touch on Michigan football a little bit. JJ McCarthy. I'm sure everybody's been hearing about how he's just been soaring through mock drafts. Starting, seeing him in that top five, top 10, top 12 range. Definitely want to touch on just that and what we think he'll do at his pro day. Then we'll dive into the lines a little bit. They had another strong signing this week, filling another crucial need on the offensive line after after my man's I'm blanking on his name. It's crazy.
Jackson.
Yeah, Jackson after he moved on to the Rams. So we'll talk about that and just how that potentially changed some of our draft plans. But yeah, I'll kick it to you, E. What do you think about just JJ McCarthy with the pro day around the corner and some of the rumblings around him possibly going top five?
Yeah, I think this is pro days are usually more favorable to the player. I know they get to kind of more or less control the situation on what they do. It's the combine type where they're naming the throws, they're naming the workouts, so you kind of showcase your best talents. So I know he's going to be out there. Home receivers, I think it'd be the I assume he's going to have his home receivers pick of guys he wants to throw to, so people he's comfortable with, been working with. Um, I say all that to say he's already soaring in the right direction. Stock is hot. Every analyst is saying he's pointing to all the reasons of why he should be a high draft pick, and nobody's really looking at some of the negatives that he may or may not have. So he's definitely this is an opportunity for him, I think, to solidify that whatever it may be, top five, top three pick, and and just by going out there and showcasing what he does best, his type of throws, his whatever other additional work he's going to do other than throwing. I imagine all that would be to his liking, to his picking. So, you know, I, I would much rather him kind of settle in that mid round. I hate to say that, but I think just for the sake of who you're going to go to, the level of franchise you're going to go to, level of expectations right off rip. Pretty much the only benefit of going early would be the money, but other than that, I for long term career, I think he's best bet. In the same way, it's all love for a guy that we watched play for 3 years with us. I would you sit and go to a team that's already just in need of a quarterback, whether that's the Vikings or Seahawks that sit behind Geno, or Rams sit behind Stafford. I think that probably would be best for his career just to get that year of development. But as far as pro day goes, I think he's gonna light it up, and he probably will solidify himself as a whatever that may be, top three, top five, seven pick.
Yeah,
That second quarterback on but us look fine.
for sure. Yeah. Yeah, not Friday. Like you hit it on the head. This is going to be a nice little dress rehearsal. It's going to be a comfortable environment. Throwing to his guys he's got chemistry with. Um, that'll just be another opportunity for GMs to just look at him, look at the arm, look at the talent. We already know, we've already seen, what he can do, what he's capable of. Um, yeah, it'll be interesting to kind of see how it goes down. Because I'm with you. I think best case scenario for him, and like you said, this ain't no. We watched him for 3 years, and we literally watched him save Michigan's program and lead them to a national championship. But yeah, I think he just needs to sit down for like another year. I think just to develop a little bit. There's some times during the season where as the competition got a little tighter, he definitely showed up and did his thing. But there's a couple times where he gets a little iffy in the pocket, not making the right decisions, trying to force passes here and there. But, you know, overall, we know body of work, what he can do. But I just think it'd do him wonders be able to sit behind a Matt Stafford and watch him, work for, a couple years. We see, you know, teams like Green Bay got it figured out where they, had Aaron Rodgers sitting behind Brett Favre. Jordan Love sat behind, Aaron Rodgers, and they haven't skipped a beat for the last 20 plus years. I just think like if he was able to, kind of find himself in a situation where he could sit down a little bit, that would do him wonders, especially behind like a Hall of Fame quarterback like a Stafford. So, but
Yeah,
it would also be cool to see him in that top three or top five too.
I agree. I agree with you. We mentioned to see him in the top three, top five. We haven't had a skill position go that high at Michigan. I'm trying to think since probably Braylon. Um,
Hmm.
I think you throw in Jake Long in there somewhere. It was the first pick in the draft. A couple of D linemen went top 10 for us. But just outright offensive skill position has not, it's been few and far between for us. So I do think
Yeah.
that do wonders for the program itself. But just looking at him and his game, I mean, he is a great mold for what a lot of teams are trying to do. He has a good arm, not the greatest arm in the world. I'm not gonna sit there and lie, but a pretty good arm. He can make a lot of the throws, cross field, one hash thrown to another deep ball. He has all that in his pocket. Pretty decently height guy, decent size as far as built, and he is fairly mobile. Can
Hmm.
run if he had to and get you that first down. Extremely great at keeping his eyes downfield, looking for opportunities, and deadly accurate on the run, moving.
Yeah.
So those are all things that I know that I've seen him do week in and week out. Tough throws, timely throws. Everybody knew what we were going to do on first and second down, and it was really just how short third down was going to be for us. And I would say a lot of those first downs you get out on passing were in tough situations where we're up against an Iowa and they're teeing off on us on the run game or whatever the case may be, and he makes a timely throw where he tucks in and runs for a first down, or just he always seemed to make the right play at the right time. You look at his stats. I mean, 22 touchdown passes is cool. It's not great, obviously, but it's cool. 4 interceptions, I think, is amazing. When you consider
Sure.
that 3 of them came, I don't know if you went out drinking the night before or what, but 3 of them came versus Bowling Green. So, you really remove that from the game. He went the whole rest of a championship run with 1 interception. And I think that
Hmm.
1 interception was. So you're talking Ohio State, Bama, Iowa, Penn State
Yeah,
are all top 10 defenses. He played 4 top 10 defense this year, in a pro style offense, a conservative offense
for sure.
with 2 future NFL running backs on the team. And so I think that's why his stats point. But I'll say all
Yeah.
that to say has he has a lot of the tools people are looking for. And I think if you get him in the door and let him get groomed properly, he'll be a good quarterback in this league.
Yeah. I even think too, just for even like you mentioned skill players a couple different times. So I just wanted to add, like, no offense to Cornelius Johnson and Roman Wilson. I mean, Daniels was throwing to Malik Neighbors, who's probably going to be like top 8. And I think another receiver, if his name is
Yeah.
Brian Thomas, it's been projected to go in the first round as well. So I just think that, I mean, I think Cornelius, I mean, I think he's got a lot more than what he was able to put on tapes, kind of given
Mm-hmm.
you know, the offense and just, yeah, like, I mean, you laid it all out there. I mean, I just like some of these guys are just throwing to all world type, players. I mean, Penix had Odunze. I mean, he had a couple other pretty solid receivers that are probably going to go in the
Yep.
top 100. Bo Nix had a guy that's probably going to go first round. I've seen him in some mock drafts going like the Chiefs last pick of the draft or the first round. So yeah, I mean, I think there's a lot there, like to
100%.
where, you know, I mean, we saying all this to say that there's a lot more that, I think his ceiling is just a lot higher than people think, but the situation, like you said, I mean, it's going to be a big difference throwing to, Puka Nakua, Cooper Cup, solid run game. I don't know any receivers for the Patriots. I can't name one skill
When
player for the Patriots. So,
Yes.
so yeah,
No, I agree with you on that. And yeah, night and day situation. Night and day also going to the Patriots with, I think they got the 3rd pick. And I do get like definitely a very high pick, but you go there, you're you went to Michigan, so people you're automatically Brady 2.0. You want to, you know what I mean? Like the expectations that
yeah.
come with that, right up, you got to hit the ground running off rip. Um,
Hmm.
you go to somebody like you said, the Rams. No pressure to start right away. You sit there, learn from, I'll say one of the better quarterbacks to do it over the last 10, 15 years in the NFL. I feel safe saying a Hall of Famer, 50,000, 350 touchdown plus guy with Stafford. I mean, that's Super Bowl winner. You
Yeah, perfect
uh,
situation.
obviously the lights are bright in LA too, but it's a little less bright when you're not thrown right to the wolves. You can
Right.
kind of learn, sit there and mold it in. But I don't feel bad about the Vikings either. I think the Vikings are a good place. I would hate for him to go there and work out for us, and let's have to sit there and watch him for however many years. But
Pretty
it'd be a love
conflicting.
hate relationship with that. But uh, I think Seahawks are solid as well. Those are the teams I've been hearing um about, when it comes to, like, let's say a top 20 pick. But I can't imagine him getting much pass out of the teens. You know,
Right. Yeah. I got one up now. Got him going fifth, saying the Vikings going to trade back, or the Chargers going to trade back with the Vikings. They're going to try to slide in there and swoop them up. So it's granted. I mean, these are all, they change these every other day, and we're going to see about 20, 30 different ones until April. But
yeah,
it is intriguing.
it is. It is, man. I root for the best, but even across the board, I think we got as Michigan as a whole, we got a good what 10, 10, 12 players
Yeah.
going in the first four rounds of this
See,
draft. Yeah, I think we're
yeah.
gonna be a heavy, a lot of Michigan shout outs on this. So I think,
Hmm.
it's just cool to watch it come full circle from guys we read about on signing day when they committed, and watch them come in and spot and watch them come in and start and all
Yeah.
of the championships. It was cool just to watch it full circle.
Who you think is like the next to be drafted, like after him?
Ooh, that's a good question. Um, Probably what, Chris Jenkins? Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say either him or Roman.
Yeah, yeah. I think yeah. I I don't know. I guess I would have to go back and look, but I think we have another guy that's definitely going first round. I want to say Chris Jenkins, but I think um I've seen a couple of mock drafts that had oh my god, Junior Colson going like in the 40s.
Yeah.
So I think we know he lays the wood, going to be a starting linebacker on somebody's team for
Hmm.
next 7, 10 years. So I think we got some
Yeah.
guys spread throughout the draft.
I
You know,
think I think another guy I'd be like interesting is Harold too. I mean, these guys, I do feel like Harold and like McGregor, like Cornelius, even like maybe even like Keegan. I think those guys would be more like Saturday picks, maybe like fourth, fifth rounders. But I mean, I think all these guys, like, especially the old linemen. I mean, I just saw this some of that Michigan football. We need them pushing heavy. I think like 3, 4 Michigan linemen, Glasgow, one of them for our Lions, all signed monster extensions. And I think they are kind of, they're all like late round guys, like third, fourth, fifth round guys. And so that's something it'll be pretty cool to see how that turns out too. Michael Barrett, I mean, I think he's just like he's like a special teams Pro Bowler, in my
yeah.
opinion. Not to sell him short, you know what I'm saying? But he's also like a
No,
6 foot,
100%.
like 220-pound linebacker. And I don't, he might find a spot, but I think he'll be like a great special teamer at worst.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that. I mean, with the talent that we had on this team, I mean, whole entire D line from
Yeah,
McGregor to all of them guys, and
yeah.
I mean, McGregor would have been a surefire starter on,
Every the team in the Big
90%
Ten,
of college football team. Yeah, and he was every one of them guys was sharing 30 snaps a game.
for sure.
So I mean, you really can double everywhere stats
Yeah.
for if they would have played, a real amount of football. And similar to
Hmm.
JJ with not playing in a fourth quarter. I think that defense didn't play a lot either at the end of the games. When once we realized that, all right, they only got 3 points in mid fourth quarter, and we're safe with the 10. If we
Yeah,
give up 2 touchdowns, I think that was
we
where
broke them. We can
once
pull
when the
them.
defense played pretty much until they happened to score, and they're like, all right, well, we don't want to get anybody hurt. That's so.
If I'm not
I think
mistaken, JJ might have even did he even play after half against? No, he played after half against State. I feel like he got pulled pretty early against State because it was belt to ass like about for the first kickoff.
pretty.
So, but it
I,
wasn't even
I,
funny too. Or go
I
ahead.
still love we scored with 2 seconds left. Anyway,
Oh yeah, just QB power with orgy. Yeah, that was
6 times
nuts.
in a row.
I
Yeah,
saw that. Yeah, I saw that the other day randomly. That was great. But even crazy too. Definitely won't dive too much into this, but But the class next year, as far as the draft, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, there is about Will Johnson being top 5 pick, but like that's you could mess around and have a couple guys, probably two, three, four guys in that first round, especially if Matt Edwards, he if he's able to turn around and have a
Yeah.
1,300 yard,
No,
10
100%.
touch.
I mean, Loveland, um,
Loveland might be he
Graham,
in that. Yeah,
Grant. Yeah.
yeah. Those they gonna be top 10. I think if they can do what they did, keep doing what they're doing, basically, they're gonna be sitting pretty as well in that first round. That's like six guys right there. I think go first round
We loaded. Yeah, we got some talent around there. But
for
no, I agree.
sure.
And I think we I guess just try to keep it in the draft here a little bit. And I don't know if you have
Mhm.
anything to say on that, but the Lions are making moves. You know, a lot of things happening. And I think we're starting to lock in. Went ahead and signed. Oh God, I'm blanking on his name. Zentler, Zentler from
Zeitler.
Zeitler from Baltimore. Obviously an older guy, been in the league a while. I think well north of 10 years in the league. But I read that he almost never misses a game. So kind of, I guess, just how do you feel about that as a replacement? And who, now that we're
Yeah,
about roughly a month out from the draft, dust has settled as far as some of our major signings we've got. I feel much better about the defense now, but I guess kind of where's your main focus as far as the draft goes? How do you feel about the signings and just kind of state of football?
yeah. And I think I do like that signing a lot. Zeitler, I feel like it's just another just Brad Holmes special 1 year deal, 6 million. I looked at his, you hit it right on the head. I looked at his game log. I think he played about 15 years. But old linemen, they can usually kind of be up there, and just you see it like Kelsey just did like 17. You hear about a lot of these old linemen just playing kind of like ridiculous amounts of years opposed to some of the other skill positions even. But yeah, you like just seeing 15, 16 games a season, on average. I think I saw a little clip of, him in his press conference saying like availability is really like the best, tool you can have in this league is just, being next. We know it. Obviously he's a Pro Bowler, but Jackson, and I think the last couple of seasons, he only played like 12 to 13 games, unfortunately, with injuries and such, obviously out of his control, but even got hurt in the playoffs and couldn't play, the NFC Championship game. No, I think this is just it gives us more flexibility. You know,
Yes.
I still think that, it'd be great I just think the three for me, O-line, DB, edge rusher. I think if we can get, obviously, you got more than one pick, but I think that first round, I think really, hopefully, they can look at one of those to where it's a guy that we don't need to necessarily throw in the fire either. There's somebody we can pack away, 5 year contract, don't got to worry about paying him for a couple years and just let him kind of work his way in. Or if he hit, training camp day one, end up being a starter, great player that works too. But yeah, great
Yeah.
signing, and that gives us some flexibility overall.
No, it does. I, I think I see, like I said, I've said this before. I think I see what Brad Holmes is trying to paint. He does seem to be consistent on what he's doing as far as we're not going out and signing these crazy deals. We're
Yeah.
looking to keep the books pretty clean. Um, he's flipping players before we lose them. Just things that we haven't always done before. And so those are all very positive things. I guess I kind of still think that 29th pick probably does have to be a day one starter or a major contributor. I still think potentially you could go get your starting edge rusher, another one there. Potentially go get your young corner. So I think another thing you're doing is by doing these 1 year deals, whether it's the old lineman or whether it's these cornerbacks, you're also keeping it where you got to get a replacement quickly. Um,
Yeah.
so I think you do have to lock in players that you do have under long term contracts. So we're probably going to cover the board on as far as both throughout the draft. I imagine that. But with that 29th pick, I think if you feel like you got your O line set, which I've already seen people on Twitter talking to, this is our O line with images of how many Pro Bowls these guys have and all this shit. So
They be laying it out, don't they,
yeah,
E?
so I kind of think I kind of think your biggest need still would either be corner or DN, and then with a later pick, go get you
Another
well,
one,
maybe that
alignment.
51st pick, go get you an old lineman that you can plug and play, as needed. Somebody happens to go down, or
Yeah,
just more situational. And then I can't imagine we will sign a dude who's entering like his 15th or 16th year next year. So we'll probably get him off the books, keep it
yeah.
fresh, go about it that way. So I kind of think with this old line signing here, old lineman signing, you need to go get cornerback for obviously multiple reasons now, and
Mhm.
defensive end. So yeah,
I think,
that's kind of
yeah. No, I'm with you. I think I would love that to be, yeah, either O line, edge rush. I mean, like I said, cool with all three, and I agree. Feel like it could definitely be like an impact player. I just feel like some of these signings, even like, because the signing I forget about, they signed some guy from the CFL that had like
yeah,
record
18
sacks.
statues. Yeah, yeah,
Matthew Betts. So it's like you got Betts, they got Houston, they got the guy Davenport. At least they have like a Quora. So like sometimes I'm like, to me that just kind of shows. I don't know if that's even going to like the way that Brad be going about it sometimes, like I just feel like it might not even be as much of a priority as we feel, but I think it would just be ideal to just have like sometimes you don't want these like experiments, you just want like you know what I'm saying? Bona
yeah,
fide, like rookie, like let's get him going. But I don't know. To me, I just feel like he's being super conservative with the cap because he knows who's getting, we got about six guys getting the bag in the next 2 to 3 years. So
yeah.
like obviously
He's definitely playing that game because I mean, I imagine you probably want to resign golf, but you got to get golf his payday. We can debate it later on the day to how much that really should be, but get golf his payday.
yeah,
Um, St.
St. Brown's gonna
Brown,
pop here any minute.
Hutch in a couple of years. So I mean, you're gonna have players
So
that are gonna get So he's
he
gonna get
getting one,
a
he getting 150.
yeah
7 years, 150. Key to the
yeah
city.
yeah and a pair of buffs. No, I but no. So we yeah, I don't know, man. We're still in an interesting good. We're in a good spot. We're in an interesting spot, and I
Mhm.
think just like we double dipped with the running back last year. I we leaned into our strength. We had a good
Mhm.
offensive line, and then we went and signed Montgomery, and then we moved up in the draft and got. I think you could do that same thing with your defensive line. You got Hutch. You went and got Reader. Um,
Just get
let's
one more.
let's lean into this and
Yeah,
quickly in a year have the best defensive line in all the NFL.
yeah,
So I think he he's leaning into um they seem to lean into the offense when it comes to that. But let's go ahead and double down on um this defensive line. And I think Hutch is showing what he can give you. This Reader in the middle is going to be night and day with us. Um,
yeah.
Lee McNeil, nasty. We know we got with him. That's like 600 pounds between them two guys. And then
That's
Houston is
crazy.
not bad. Houston's not bad, but you go ahead and get what's your boy from Missouri?
Oh, Darius
Uh,
Robinson. Yeah,
you go get Darius Robinson and then have Darius Robinson slash Houston as a combo on that side for
yeah,
keeping somebody fresh. Then we're looking at a mean, fierce D line, and you got Jordan Love running for his life. You got whoever with the Vikings running for their life. Your body slamming Caleb Williams. That's a good little unit right there. But I think you got to lean into this.
no, I agree. I agree. Yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Because I'm just laughing because last year we was told the same thing and he did everything else. But I feel like this year, at least from based off of last year and the needs he filled, you look at free agency, like you would think like
Yeah.
O line, edge rusher, corner, but I'm don't be surprised if he pop up if Keon Coleman is there, if one of these
No,
receivers is there.
no, bro. I swear to God, I'm turning the TV off and play here. Detroit Lions straight up for Indunes.
Yeah, no, we trade up. This is insane. No, if
Yeah.
we trade up, that would be crazy. Yeah, there's no way. But yeah,
No,
like
there
no, that's what. But
it
I'm
would
just
be
laughing because
it'd be asinine. It'd be asinine to trade him. I give you that. But it would even to take a receiver before pick 100 would be insane. Yeah, it might be.
yeah, but like, well, what if Keon Coleman's sitting there?
Can't do it, bro.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you. Yeah, like I said, I mean, last year, like some of them picks, out my jaw was to the like that Jack. I'm like, what? Like, yeah. So I don't know. But like I said, this year I do just feel like it's a little. I feel like it's a little bit more of a clearer picture. But I feel
Yeah,
like there's like glare. Like last year, because last year was kind of like we just really like that draft was like that draft was insane. And just how hard it hit and how like you know what I'm saying every pick was like a slam dunk. Like that was nuts. Like I'm not kind of out of the ordinary, but I feel like with this one, it's just like 2, 3 glaring needs and just had to be addressed. It's off of some like Ragnar about to retire, Glasgow getting up there. You see, only gonna have our man Zeitler for a year. He's 35, so it feels like you'd want to get a center that can play guard for a little bit, or just get you a guard,
yeah.
just to get him going, just in case.
No, I agree because I think, and hopefully he knows this and people know, but that old line is keeping everything flowing. That's
Right.
keeping that's making golf look like a quarterback he's never looked like before. That's having them two
Yeah.
running backs go crazy.
Sure.
So I think back to just leaning into what we already have. You keep that O line intact and great, then bare minimum we can pound the rock on and control
Hmm.
the line and control the line of scrimmage offensively. Uh, so I agree, man. It's just I do have a fear that they'll do some crazy shit.
Yeah,
But
but I think, but just so I think about this, just real quick. Like Seattle had Metcalf and Lockett, they still got in Smith and Jigba. And it was just
yeah,
really like nobody was really replacing anybody. Like they just, Metcalf and Lockett was on the outside and they threw in Jigba inside. Like I said, I think we
yeah,
do
no,
need
well,
to get
okay,
another one like later on in the season, like later on in the draft, you know what I'm saying? But like I think we do definitely need to get one. But I'm with you. I don't even need to get one like that late, but I'm just knowing him, if like one of these guys are there, I wouldn't be surprised if he pulled the trigger.
I, I wouldn't be either, and that's terrifying. But I would say if that's the case, then we're basically admitting that JMO is not the case at all. And then so I think because we blew or drafted, we drafted. I do kind of want to say blow at this point, but because we're even
Yeah.
having a conversation, but we spent the 12th pick on him only 2 seasons ago. So I
Yeah.
think you bring that, and so I would say that would be kind of admitting that was a failed experiment, and I don't
Or
know, just
or play devil's advocate. This could be like keeping them away from other teams as well. And just they feel like they have the flexibility to just go get another weapon for golf. But like I said, I'm with you though. But I feel like this is how they be looking at stuff too. I think like the new NFL, bro, is just like firepower and like just try to keep everything in front of you on defense. But I agree. Like I think it's gotta be trenches, like both either side of the ball. Like I'd be happy with the D end or O lineman. Like I think that needs to kind of
yeah.
happen there.
So this helps your argument right here, but this is an article from today from Sports Illustrated magazine. Um, they got the Detroit Lions drafting South Carolina receiver Xavier Liggett. And he actually has came in for an interview.
But he like a 6'4", like 215. Like that's your type of receiver, E.
Yeah, and he ran
Deep
a four
ball.
and he ran 4.39.
But I get it though. Like I said, I feel like we can get there's a couple guys that I've even thought about fourth round, fifth round. I think I'll be there. This guy, his name is Malachi Corley. They refer to him as like I've heard be referred to as like the Yak King, to where he just was fed. He went to Western Kentucky, was fed screens and bubbles and just
Yeah, water
physical
buckets.
type,
Yeah,
yeah, gadget type player. Like I think he'll be like there like third, fourth round. Like I think that'd be perfect, especially if Reynolds don't come back.
yeah.
But yeah, in due
I
time.
mean, they keep it interesting. That's on. They keep it interesting because I don't see
Yeah,
how in hell we could even talk about drafting a receiver. But it's a. I mean, we had the number 5 offense in NFL last year, and the
yeah,
29 defense. If we talking about drafting offense,
I
like
know.
that's
I
how you
know.
come to your Super Bowl window and close it yourself. That's how you come to your.
Yeah, but I just think they just want the more weapons. It's like
Yeah,
we might as well take them before somebody else in our division get them.
yeah. But we ain't playing 7-on-7. Like,
They about to be. They already been the hip drop tackle. It's about to
hip
be.
drop.
They already,
I seen you were for that. No,
no, I get
you
it,
gonna
but
be for
like the
that. You gonna be for
defense.
that till we hip drop tackle fucking
No, I said
uh
I get it, but the
versus the
defense,
Cowboys in mid-December. And they come.
bro, the defense. I mean, they can't touch nobody no more.
No,
It's spot foul, pass interference, illegal contact, incidental face mask went from 5 yards to 15 out of nowhere. I mean,
yeah.
these quarterbacks, they're getting like tapped, and that's
They
for a
about to be
team.
they about to be playing till thud here soon. They gonna be
Yeah, serious. Like a couple years from now, they're gonna be out there in flags.
yeah.
I mean, they're taking the physicality out of it. They changing the kickoff to like basically like I saw something proposing the kickoff team can't come off the line unless the ball falls within the like 25-yard line to the one. So like
Mm.
granted, they already kick touchbacks every time now as it is, but they're just trying to eliminate kickoff return because the wedge and all that type of stuff back in the
Or
day.
even the
It's
idea
crazy.
that you can fair catch it and go to the 25.
Yeah.
Like
They're
that,
just
yeah. Like they snuck
incentivizing.
that in. They snuck that in. It's like
Yeah, they're incentivizing like, don't return this, please. Like, yeah,
I
it's
remember
nuts.
that was only like 5 years ago. That whole first couple times they were like, uh, they called. They're like somebody did it. I was like, oh, shit. And then I realized how the kid
Yeah.
could do it. But no,
And I think I
we
even saw
understand Jake
too,
Gabriel. But
on sides. I think I saw that you can only there might be a rule proposed that you can only do that if you're like losing at like a certain time of the game or something like along those lines to where like, and I don't know why, like I don't think I never seen teams just do onside kick if they were winning, like especially in NFL, but
you know,
just trying to like little things, like you said, just the fair catch, to go to the 25, just trying to remove the kickoff kick return out of it altogether.
yeah, 100%. No, that's where they're headed. But no,
Yeah.
it'd be interesting, man, just to see how we wrap it up with the draft. I mean, another month to go, but they always keep me interested on us. You
Yeah.
know, new stories developing daily. So, yeah, but no, in general, still a good time to be a Lion. Just, I just hope this draft could set this shit off. Bro. Like we could be,
It could like next level. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah, like we can go from that. Like, can they do it again? To all right, they're here. They're yeah,
It'd be very interesting if we, do the right things. I'm right
one
there
hundred
with
percent.
you.
Yeah, you got anything else for the people?
Oh, that's all I got. We back next week. Talk about JJ's Pro Day, how the other Wolverines did, and yeah, be back with y'all next week.
Yeah, and one day we'll eventually talk about Michigan basketball again. I swear.
Oh yeah. Coaching
Like,
search on the way. We'll have an update as soon as they find out who.
yeah, we got to find some players too.
Yes.
All right,
Till next
peace.
time. Peace.